Okay, so welcome to Tea Time with Katie. I don't know what just happened with the internet, but we're going to give everybody else a second to get back on to try to get logged in so we can get started. If you have not subscribed to Tea Time with Kitty, please make sure you do so. Thank you for joining back with us, Donald. And we're just giving everyone a second to get signed on. I'm not sure what happened. I did see something said today was Tupac birthday, so that I can know that you're there. If you're not a Tupac fan, you can just say hi to me. Okay, and we're gonna get started. The topic for today. Well, let me give it 1 second because we just lost connection, so we want to go back in. Today's topic is going to be advocating for yourself. So we're going to talk about advocating for yourself. It's very important that you advocate for yourself. And we're going to get some scenarios from you on a situation where you had to advocate for yourself. Do remember that if it's something that you want to share that you're not comfortable with sharing, you can always text it to me at 202-758-8941. Again, that's 202-758-8941. So let's talk about experiences where you had to advocate for yourself. I want to know what that experience looked like and what you had to do. I know a lot of times that it's very important to advocate for yourself. Oh, okay, Donna said happy birthday to Bob. Okay, it's very important to advocate for yourself, as well as those that you care for. So whether it's your children, it could be your elderly parent, but it's very important that you know how to advocate and be effective when advocating. So it doesn't mean that it means trying to get into a fight with someone, trying to harm someone, but it's very important that you get your point across. Just recently, and if Dayan is on, hopefully she can chime in. We want to say congratulations to Dayan for baby Yari. So she should be right on. Baby Yari was born on Monday, June the 14th. So again, happy birthday to baby Yari. And I hope that Dayan can chime in because I learned something from her this go around here with pregnancy and delivery. So I found out from Dayan that there is something that you can give to the hospital. It's called birthing rights. So hopefully when she gets logged in, she can give me the exact termination. Thank you, sister. So basically what it is that you have this agreement typed up. Of course, you know that she's an attorney, so she pretty much did most of the legwork herself, but the paperwork is supposed to be notarized. So if there's anyone that has a family member that's expecting a child, if you're expecting a child, know that this paperwork is very important. It gives the hospital a list of things that they can and cannot do to you during your pregnancy. Studies have found that hospitals are not as sensitive to African American women as they are to Caucasian women. So it's very important that we exercise our rights. Because our dollar spends like their dollar. So it's very important that we advocate our rights and we put things in place. Studies have shown that they're not giving as much medication management, assuming that African American women can take on more pain than Caucasian and other race women. So it's very important that we know our rights surrounding any decision that we make, and that we exercise our rights so that we reach out to get what we need and we were able to present it. So the first thing she did when getting to the hospital for labor and delivery was presenting her birth rights. And they were probably kind of shocked seeing it coming from us African Americans, but it was just talking about what they could and could not do, whether it relates to just trying to get meds, whether it relates to just trying to give her a C-section or just trying to take care for the baby. So again, if there's anyone that's having a child or has a close family member that's going to have a child, please look into that. Know your rights when you go into these hospitals, know what they should be doing and what they should not be doing, and do not let anyone take advantage of you. As well as we talked about advocating for yourself medically, it's very important that you do it for yourself, but more importantly for your children when we think about education. It's very, 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 very important that you advocate for your child with their education. If you feel that your child is in need of an IEP, if you feel that they're in need of a behavior modification program, reach out to the school. They normally have 30 days by law to test your child, and it's always a good tool. A rule of thumb that I use is to send out an email. Phone calls are good, but emails are even better. And if you have the feature of a read receipt on your email, utilize that as well. So that way you can know someone gotten something, as well as it helps a lot for you to go back and search when you provided that information to someone, whether it was by email, any response that they send back to you. Very important, again, very important. Try to send emails as a way of a receipt for yourself. It's important to advocate yourself when dealing with bills. I just had a huge situation dealing with Pepco, with an account that was in my name for my first home as opposed to my account in my name for my second home. So it's very important that you let them know that you will deal with a situation legally. Let them know if you're not satisfied with the outcome. So you have to make sure again, and again that you advocate for yourself. I know for my daughter Shamika, the school, Suitland High School, has sent me her IEP, and I don't miss IEP. So the IEP was never held. They just kind of sent me the paperwork asking me to sign it, and I nicely sent the email back asking, why would I sign something that I wasn't a part of? Know your rights. For the amount of time, like if they send you an IEP meeting, it has to be 10 days in advance. So the school can't be sending you something today that an IEP meeting is Friday. So know that you have rights, that you have to be served. They have to make sure you received it, and you have a chance to respond to what it is. So again, now that we're talking about advocacy and advocating for yourself, I'm waiting for someone to give me a scenario of when they had to advocate for themselves, and what did that look like. I shared some examples of with it, and how important it is to know. And the great thing about Tea Time is this is a venue to share your information and to get information. So you may be dealing with something that you just don't have the answer to, or may just not have the drive for. It's very, very, very important that you are associated, because the more people that you're associated with in the body, the more that you can truly get done. So meaning that I have a chance to be involved with my church, with my job, with my family, with my extended family, with friends, with tea time. It's very important to have a neighborhood. It's very important because the more people you have with you, the more force is behind it. So we're going to talk about it. I know I see Donald had responded in flood. I didn't see a lot. I see other people on, but I don't see a lot of them chiming in. So let's talk about the importance of advocating for yourself. Do anyone have an example of advocating for yourself? Any example? And 1 second. Thank you so much. Congratulations today, y'all. We're going to bring Zari on here. Zari. I keep saying Zari. Yari. We're going to bring Yari on here in just a second. So thank you so much for your congrats. Another avenue that I didn't talk about when advocating for yourself can be your job. It's very, very important. I learned so much. Like, I'm always trying to share information, but I learned so much from other people. Like, for instance, if you apply for a position at a job, and I'm speaking, and I'm speaking from my job experience, but different jobs. I'm speaking from my employment experience. But did you know that if you apply for a position and you don't get it, and you really, really, really know that you were qualified for that person, sometimes in some instances we know that we were more qualified than someone else, you have a right to pull that interview, meaning that you can request what made someone else more qualified than you. So always keep that in mind. Don't beat yourself up saying that you don't know why you didn't get something, or if you feel like they did not give that job to you and it was biased in any type of way, have that pull. Have them pull it, and they should be able to show you with a scoring system as to why someone got something over you. Now, I don't know how it works. If you're just applying, like if I just went to the federal government and applied like an outsider, I don't really know how that applies. But I'm talking about if you're working a job, meaning that I'm doing this job and I've been doing this job, and you bring someone in from the outside, or either if it's within your agency that you feel like if it's not qualified, like you meaning that I know if I'm in the military, I get several points for that. Most jobs give you additional points for college education. Another thing I do know, stop beating yourself up if you don't have a college degree. College degrees is great. Education is everything to me. But do know that if you work in a field, every 4 years of experience gets you 1 year of college credit. So meaning that if I'm going to say a child, if an adult, young adult comes out of college, right, Kiki, comes out of college and they come out of college with 4 years of, most colleges 4 years, you get your degree. But if someone worked a job for 16 years, so meaning that if I've done what I've done for 16 years, 4 times 4 is equivalent to a college degree. Now, in that field, so I'm not saying that you worked 16 years at Safeway, so now Washington Hospital Center should hire you as a doctor. Nope, not saying that. But you all get the picture. You know where I'm going at with this. Know your rights as it relates to that. Hold on 1 second. I have something coming in. Hold on 1 second. Yes, advocate for yourself is a good topic. Okay, so ladies, make sure you send me something when you have something that you want me to share about advocating. So again, advocating for yourself, know that never feel like, hey, this person has this or this person has that. Always know that you're as good. So you just have to get the potential from within. Now, unfortunately, I had something else really good to say when we was going into that, but now I forgot. So I'm just gonna take a sip. Hold on. It was something else I wanted to tell you all with the it'll come back to me. So again, do anybody have any examples of advocating for yourself? If there's something that you want to know about advocating for yourself? Okay, so they all saying that she advocated for herself during her labor and delivery. And let me just tell y'all, I was so scared for Yanni to go into labor because she's, kind of extra, probably like her mother, more like her father. Because I thought that she was going to just go ballistic, but she did an outstanding job, I thought I was going to have to be scared, break down, crying, all this and that. But the last time I have been this impressed with her, not very extra Christian. The last time I have been this impressed with her was me, Yanni, and my niece, Rajanique, Diamond daughter. We just had to give her kudos. She just got her master's on my birthday, as a matter of fact. And we went to Costa Rica, the three of us. And when we got off the plane, nobody could really speak English. When I say these two young ladies sprung into real form, they got the order in their food, speaking Spanish. I was so impressed. When I got to spending time with them, I said, look, me and Diamond should really be proud. These are some smart girls, because some people can know Spanish words, they teach us, but to be able to communicate. So just see my daughter placing orders, communicate, like she was speaking so well that they didn't even try to get over on us or anything. Like they felt like she knew something with somebody. So that really was impressive, and I really was impressed. Okay, so y'all is talking about the doctors pushing her to get induction because my labor was taking too long. Yeah, so they wanted to dictate when Yari would come, not knowing that Yari has a stubborn mom and dad, and he may be as stubborn as Yanni actually. But for them to think that Yari was coming on their own good time, they kept trying to convince her, telling her this, and every time they would try to tell her what could happen if she didn't, I would tell them what could happen if she did. So we were talking about a medication called, what was the name of that medication? It's supposed to speed up it's not the induction part, but it's something to speed up the labor. I forgot what the name of it is. I had never heard it before now, but they talked about wanting to give her that. And I told them, I said, but you do also know, oh yeah, they didn't know they was dealing with a lawyer. Kiki, she look all little and small. You know, every time she goes somewhere, the first thing people doing is looking at her record for her age. Um, I knew I would not get an induction ever because I did not want my chances. Right, and it increases your chances of cesarean. So, but they will. I don't even know what this say. Hold on. Pitocin. Okay, that's the name of it, right? But the thing that people fail to realize is they give you that medication, but once they give you that medication, it increases the mom's blood pressure and it increases the baby's heart rate. So a lot of times when you think that it's making you really have your baby quicker, it's actually putting you into cesarean mode, which then lets the hospital get more money. I had to even tell a doctor, I said, well, you know, if the baby don't come before your shift, we'll just wait for the next shift. So then that's what she said. Oh, no, I'm here for 24 hours. So I said, oh, it makes sense now. You want all these babies to get out of these bellies for the first 12 hours of your shift so you can sleep for the second 12. No, we don't get to sleep at DHS. So what I'm going to need you to do is the wait on Yari. So it really was a learning process. You know, of course, for me, I was really, really young, so I didn't know. I had my mom. I know for my first pregnancy, Pookie's dad and my mom and Pookie's other grandmother, so Tanny mother, all was there with me. But at the fact of the matter, nobody really was an advocate. Like with me, I think I know everything. My mother used to say, you think you know everything, can beat everybody. But I got this little saying from my best friend that always said, if somebody say, you think you know everything, almost everything. So I think I know almost everything. I think I can beat almost everybody. And I'm glad because I was able to push vaginally and my water broke naturally. I was happy to experience that because I'm not having any more kids. Yes. And I even put that on my Facebook post. I said, if I had seen what it looked like to have a baby before having a baby, I would not have had kids. So I mean, like that's some stuff. Now it wasn't as bad as everybody told me because some people told me, oh, you can faint, this and that and the other. So midget know for herself that like she's one that's more where she can go and watch everything. With me, I'm scared, so I'm peeping a little bit around the corner, and then I know it's safe to go in. But it was not as bad as they say. So of course we prayed going in, prayed coming out, just thanking God because you know, like just to think that how like a baby could like come out and you know, of course the baby is like stiff and all this and how a few techniques in life just entered in a baby. Like they start to cry, they start to stretch and kick. Like that tells you that life is such a gift. And just as well as the exact day or time is not known, even with due dates for the delivery of your child. That tells us one reason why we really should be taking lives. Like life should be a natural thing. Like we should go through the natural notion of life coming in and life going out. It should be all timely and not so much as untimely. So that right there was like a really good experience to me. So I'm still waiting on some more examples of advocating for yourself. Okay, that's why everybody says that after the first one. Oh, what are you talking about, Christian? Are you saying that they say they don't want no more after the first one? Or are you talking about people fainting? Let's see what this says right here. And don't you all forget if you're not doing anything tonight, the versus battle comes on. Who's with the versus battle? Share. So Eve and Trina. So the versus battle comes on with Eve and Trina. Okay. It's important to learn self-advocacy skills because it helps you decide what you want and what is possible for you to expect. Self-advocacy helps empower you to speak up for yourself and make decisions about your life. It's good to let people know who you are and where you are coming from before they make an assumption of you. That was outstanding. Eve had way more Trina and Eve. Okay. Team Eve. Okay. So that was really good. What that person just sent in. And when we talk about advocating for yourself, some people just don't advocate for themselves because they feel like they don't have it. No, know that you have and you are everything that you need. It may need to be enhanced a little bit, but know who you are and that you have everything you need. And it's so important to do that because if not, people will have you like not feeling sure of yourself, don't feeling like you can do it. Like, with so many things, like I would tell you all surrounding anxiety when I would get ready for tea time. Like I gotta make sure my eyelashes on, I gotta make sure my nails on, I got let all of that go. Like COVID, if it hasn't showed you anything else, it definitely should have showed you that we are not in control of anything. The only thing we get to do is wake up in the morning and say our prayers and pray for another day. That's about it. So this should have truly shown you that make the best out of life. Don't wait and keep making excuses about what you need to make life great. Make life great. Live to the fullest. Live to the fullest. Advocate for yourself. It's so important to advocate for yourself because you are who is important. And my uncle will always tell me, he said, even if you don't know for sure, you got to make them believe you. And I learned that. So I learned to learn so that I would know what I was talking about. But even in the event that I don't really choke up. I become real witty with it. Sometimes the fakers and the BSs are the loudest in the room. Exactly, because they got to have a sense of confidence, like a sense of confidence. Just looking at the phone to see if anything else came in. Do anybody? Okay. As a mom with a child and ADHD and IEP, you have to advocate to make sure the teacher and guiding your child in the right direction. Make sure that they are doing what their IEP says and more. I have to advocate more and more for my son than anything. And that is so important. It's very important that you advocate for your children, like stand up for. And the thing about it is, when I was growing up, I didn't know too many. I knew loving women, and I knew women that was always there because my mom was always, but I didn't know women that was like pretty much like really go-getters. Like when I grew up, I think my first aunt that I would say that I admire so much, my Aunt T, Aunt Tarika, like always seeing her go to work. And, ever since I've known her to work and be professional and get dressed up. Because when I grew up, that's not what I saw. Like, your mothers was home and that was great, but I didn't really get to see women that kind of went out and better themselves. And hold on, let me break it down. Woosah. I know what I want to say. I never really seen women be anything else other than a mother. So if you are a mother, and this applies for fathers too, if you are a mother, know that that is not the only thing you were called to do. Mothers can get their lashes done. Mothers can get their nails done. Mothers ain't gotta run around here looking like a grandmother. Stop it. There's a certain, I'm a fan of list of things that women should have. So if you're a woman, there's a list of things that you should have. And it has nothing to do with materialistic things. I got on this nice faith t-shirt that Donald got me, I think, last year for Christmas. But so it's not about materialistic things at all, but it's just knowing that you are more. And I want to say this to dads as well. You are more than just a mom or a dad. Live life, have fun. I've been a mother for 30 years, and anybody that knows me know that I love my kids. I love the church, love the Lord. But if you give me a plane ticket out of here, I'm going. So it's very important to like live your life and let nothing stop you, because I tell my mother all the time when she want to run and be on the go, I said, Mom, at your age, you're supposed to be just sitting down watching TV. But if you don't get it all out your system, you don't know when it may want to come out. So going back to here, so yeah, so true about that. You got to be able to advocate for your kids in an intelligent way, not just argue with the teachers. Excellent, Christian, but not just argue with the parents either, Christian. But that's a valid point. Is self-advocating more mental or physical? And what are the keys to being better at it? Oh my gosh, Donald, that was so great. Okay. So help Donald out with this. I need everybody to chime in. Donald wants to know, is self-advocating more mental or physical? Okay, so first of all, anyone can correct me as well. I would say mental, because as I got older and didn't have to fight as much physically, I learned to be able to fight with a pen or being able to fight with words and getting things done. So I would definitely say mental. It needs to come from a mental place. Sometimes you have to put your foot down a little harder than others. And the key for being better at advocating is to read. First of all, reading. I never understood how important comprehension was until I got to college. And that's something I should have known in elementary. And by junior high school, I was getting put out so much that I didn't even have a chance to know how smart I was. I always say that. But the thing about it is you want to read. And the thing, and you don't have to know how to read things that's of interest to you. Read, because as you take in information, you're able to display information. The key thing is you can't put out anything that you haven't taken in. So it's very important. So again, being better at it is practice over time. Communicate. I guess that the physical part was the actually remove the physical aggression, because you won't get your point across. And sometimes people do things to you in life because they want you to respond in an altercation or in an aggressive manner. Don't give anyone that. I know what Yanni would say, that the lady when she used to work at Hex, when she was not Hex, Macy's, when she was a teenager, that this African lady, African descent, came back looking for her shoes, and the girl no longer had them, didn't hold them for her, and she said the girl had changed her day. Don't let people change your day. Being pleasant, being respectful, being honest, advocating for yourself, you have to make the choice to do those things. Part of the cycle is also respecting when others advocate for themselves. That's a very good point. Don't feel that somebody is being mean, threatening, intimidating to you because they know how to advocate for themselves. So if you don't know, go and get it. Everybody gets 24 hours in a day. Figure it out. People will get so upset. And I look, I'm used to it because I don't mind people getting upset. I'm used to it. I'm going to advocate for myself. And sometimes it comes off as rude, mean. It's none of those things. It's the fact that you're not going to do what you want to do to me or anyone else that I love without me having an opinion. You're going to hear my opinion. And I'm going to let you know how I feel about something. I'm going to tell you if something, as a matter of fact, I'm waiting to call a cousin. I haven't called her yet because we lost an aunt. So I'm giving her a little window of opportunity, but I'm going to call a cousin because I have something to say to her. You have to let people know where you stand, what you mean. And, sometimes we'll hold stuff in and then we'll be in a whole family altercation, or sometimes families even fight. But that's why it's so important to communicate and advocate for yourself. Some ways to being better. Prepare what you want to express and focus on your desired outcome. Danielle, I definitely like that. Know why you're advocating and what outcome you want. Self-advocacy is not for shy people. You have to speak up with confidence. That's so important, Christian. This world is not ready for any shy people. So if you are shy, go back and get what you need, because it's just not enough. Let it out. People take advantage of you real good. People want you to take the first thing they say for an answer. Right. They want you to give whatever they say. They want it to be so big. Okay. It is okay to use your resources to advocate. You need your needs to lawyers, anonymous reviews, etc. Okay, advocate your needs too. Okay, that's very important. And reach out. And again, you got the group here. So with Tea Time, aside from people that's working and can't get online, people go back and watch Tea Time. They send me responses. So when it's a topic that you want to discuss, please make sure you continue to send them in. We can help you with that, because like I told you, I don't know everything, but what I know, almost everything. I can't beat everybody, but guess what? I can almost beat everybody. So if you all get where I'm at, just imagine all of us being almost able to beat everybody and almost knowing everything. Just imagine what we could do with that, right? So when I say beat, it doesn't mean actually fighting, of course not, but beat them at whatever they're doing. So as we get ready to wrap up Tea Time, we're going to bring Yari over here to say hello to you all. You all ready for Yari? Yari, come on, Yari. Yari is a cry baby. Let's see. Where's Yari headband? She can't fit her headband in that. Hi, everyone. I'm late replay. Latrell, we just talked about that we'll be going back, replaying. Let's see. We about to show y'all Yari. She's sleeping, but for the most part, she's always woken up. Let's see if she'll come to me and say hi. Or she's gonna cry. Let's see what she says and what she does. Okay. Let's see if she'll open her eyes for you all. Here's Yari. I don't know if she wants to. Oh no, she's a crybaby. I'm sorry, she's a crybaby. Yari, they just wanted to say hi. We're sorry. Yari only wants her mommy to hold her all day. She doesn't let me touch her. I don't know about this. I don't know if she's going, if me and her going to be able to be as successful as me and Nala. I just wanted you to open your eyes and say hi. Okay. Okay. No, you want to go? Okay, she wants to go back to her mommy. So give her another week. We'll bring her back. You know, Trent, I was wondering, like, can a baby be spoiled? Like, she wants Yanni to hold her all the time, and she's only 2 days old. So I didn't think that a baby could be spoiled that old, that young. Oh, so she's going. Oh, I'm sorry, I touched her. Okay, I just tried to bring y'all to tea time. So maybe in another month or two, y'all will be ready to see y'all. And y'all not even ugly, and she can't see y'all anyway. So I don't know why y'all would do something like. Because I think that y'all are really cute people. Yeah, she's definitely used to skin to skin. They did that upon delivery at Holy Cross. But overall, I do want to say that I think Holy Cross was a great hospital. We had to fight them a little bit. Me, Yanni, and Yari's dad, we had to fight them just a little bit, not too much, not as much as you normally have to fight people with labor and delivery. So I just want to say thank you all so much for sipping with a sister. Please make sure you send your topics in so that I can know what you want to talk about, what's of interest to you, so that we can get those things going. Because, like I said, when we all come together, we got all the answers. Because if I got two, you got two, you got two, you got put all together, we got 100. So, we pass as an honor. So, again, one thing I didn't say when I did the birthdays, I didn't say congrats to all the graduates. I just want to make sure that I reiterated that. And again, thank you so much. And I'll see you next Wednesday. And hopefully, Yari will be ready to see you all. Have a good day.